What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be kind of doing a follow-up to my previous video, my other Cars Tech video on the 2021 Subaru Outback. We're going to be doing an in-depth look at the updated portrait mode CarPlay system inside the 2021 Subaru Outback. So like I mentioned in that video, it used to be a case where you had a landscape version of CarPlay, like most CarPlay systems are. They go from left to right. But now, since we have portrait mode displays in vehicles now, Apple had to do some changing and some updating to be able to give us a portrait mode version that will work in these specific types of displays. So we have that here on the Outback. So let's take an in-depth look at what the apps look like in portrait mode versus landscape. So if we go ahead and plug our phone in with a lightning cable here, I am running iOS 14. I don't know if that really matters. I'm not positive, but here we go. We have access to the portrait mode version of CarPlay. So we have all these different apps, you know, the default Apple apps, phone, music, maps, messages, now playing, calendar, settings, and then you've got, you know, my apps. So I've got on here Zoom, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Overcast, and Audible. Those are just not necessarily the only apps that will work with this system at all, but they're the ones that I have. I know for a fact that you can get Waze as well, and I'm not sure, it may have uninstalled itself. It did. So let's go ahead and download Waze real quick. So like I mentioned, it's kind of got a little bit of an iPad-like design to where the most used or the most recently used apps show up here at the bottom. So you can go ahead and tap those to get into that. And then to go back, you have to hit this little home button. It's a little weird because your actual buttons for the Subaru system are right here at the bottom. So sometimes these are small, so you might accidentally hit those. But again, your navigation buttons are down here. Again, you've got, you know, your phone connection there, what your display is. So I just got an extra page there because I added the Waze app. So yeah, you can't use Waze. So yeah, you've got your third-party apps there. Again, phone connection here, little app tray here. Then you've got your time, and then you can press the widget button here that will take you kind of the home screen. So you've got like what's playing. So if I go ahead and start playing, I don't know, some music, yeah, that'll appear there. Then you've got your navigation here and navigation up here. So it looks really nice. I really like the look of that design. I do think it's a little chaotic with the widgets up top here, but what are you gonna do? It's Subaru's system here. So that's kind of what the widget window looks like. If we go back, let's go ahead and take an in-depth look at each app. So let's start with the phone app. So you've got your favorites, recents, takes up the entire screen there, which looks really nice. You've got a lot of usable area there versus the landscape version. Same with contacts. They could have made that keypad a little bit bigger for sure. And then voicemail, same kind of deal. Going back here, let's take a look at the music app. So I'd love to see some changes here. I'd love to make that picture a lot bigger of the actual album art, and maybe make these little buttons a little bit bigger. But we can go to browse. Let's go to my library here, recently added. Yeah, so you get some nice album artwork there. It's kind of small. It'd be cool if they did it in little blocks instead of these little horizontal bars, but it is what it is. And then back to now playing again. So that is music. Now let's go to maps. Go ahead and zoom out here. Use these little navigation things to move around. Pretty smooth, actually. Looks good. Obviously, you can search destinations and stuff if you want. Looks really nice, way better than the default mapping system, no doubt about that. Messages here. So the Messages app looks actually very similar. If we actually go into a message, you can ask it to...
What do you want to say?
You can ask it to send a message, that kind of stuff, but, you know, we're not going to do that right now. Inside the Now Playing app, it's gonna do exactly what the music app does, or podcast or whatever. Calendar app, no activities today. That's most of my days, to be honest with you. I don't really think there's any way to switch through it. Settings, you get access to Do Not Disturb. You can change the appearance, so you can make it automatic between light mode and dark mode, or leave it always dark. I like it always dark. You can change wallpapers. That's a relatively new thing for this version of iOS 14 CarPlay. So you've got the different iOS 14 wallpapers you can switch between there. I like the red one the best. And then you can do show album art or suggestions in dashboard. So that's what those are right there, are suggestions. Audible, iHeartRadio, Overcast, those are not default Apple apps. So we'll go ahead and look at Overcast because that's the podcast app that I use the most. Let's get this cool, yeah, same kind of look as the music app had, which is nice. We already looked at Waze, but we'll go ahead. Oh, there we go. All right, now we got the map to actually load. So You can use these little arrows to navigate around. Yeah, Waze is nice. I like it. And then of course you can use Siri by pressing and holding. Hey Siri, open Overcast. Boom, it opens podcast app. And you can actually use the voice assistant button on the steering wheel to use Siri as well. So if you have CarPlay connected and you press and hold the button on the steering wheel, there you go, you get access to Siri as well. So nice integration there. All right, so I'm gonna give you a real quick little montage of what it looks like, the landscape version versus the portrait version here on CarPlay. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Drop a like on the video if you loved it. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you think about that updated design portrait mode version of CarPlay here on the 2021 Outback? Let's have a conversation down in the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be among the first to see every single new video the second I hit publish. We'll see you in the next one.